Welcome, Bears fans. Will, Nick, we are making the case for prospects for this 2023 NFL Draft for the Chicago Bears. Don't forget, subscribe to our channel. That way you don't miss any of those Making the Case videos and of all of our other Chicago Bears content throughout the entire offseason. But in today's Making the Case video, we are giving a look to Will Anderson, the edge defender out of Alabama. 51 tackles, 17 for loss, 10 sacks last year. He's third on PFF's top 150, and he is also third on the mock draft database. So obviously there's a lot of like, he's a household name, and he's had ultra production throughout his collegiate career. 34 and a half career sacks, 62 tackles for a loss in his college career at Alabama. Nick, what stands out to you? What do you like about Will Anderson?
There's so much to like you just said, Will, but the one thing that I really appreciate about his game is his fast and strong hands. Whenever he's rushing the passer, his hands are constantly moving, and you'll consistently see him swipe away an opposing offensive lineman's hands down, get past a offensive tackle, offensive guard, whoever he's rushing against, and then get pressure on the quarterback. So he's a technician in a way, and I described him in my notes, it's like almost like a ninja, how he's able to move his hands, how quickly he is, but he's really perfected that, and that's why he's been so effective at Alabama.
Oh, yeah, and effective he was. And when he makes plays, Anderson changes games. He's a high-effort player. To me, when I watch him, you just can feel the passion and the hustle. I feel like he would be a hits kind of guy here in Chicago. And he can do more than just rush the passer. I mentioned the tackles for a loss, 62 of those in college. He's also a pretty damn good run defender.
Yeah, and when he makes tackles, Will, it's not just routine tackles. There are times where he's really popping dudes. And there are times where offensive linemen are asked to pull and try to block Will Anderson. He usually isn't the case because of the force that he can provide and just put on an opposing offensive lineman. So you like the physicality, you like the hustle, you like his ability to get to the quarterback. Again, Will, there's so much to like about Will Anderson and what he provides at that edge rusher position.
And we haven't even mentioned like his explosiveness, his ability to burst off the line of scrimmage. Like he can get into the backfield in a hurry. He has a lot of different movement on twists and stunts. He has that high athleticism. He has gap integrity, things that the Bears have been missing on the defensive line last year. And he's also a pretty high character guy. He's a leader on that team, and he also can become like the face of a defense here at the next level.
And now, Will, obviously we mentioned all these glowing remarks about Will Anderson. Still, and if he's going to be a top 5 pick, there's still things that you want to see him work on. For me, just adding a little bit more strength, especially in goal line situations. When you watch some of the games, like, for example, versus Tennessee and LSU, there are times where he's at the goal line and you're seeing these opposing offensive linemen drive him back. And you just want to see him at the next level. Can he, play with lower pad level? Can he add some more strength that can help him be the person that's actually pushing the offensive lineman backwards as opposed to the opposite way? So adding more strength, playing with maybe lower leverage at times, especially on goal lines, is going to go well into what Will Anderson needs to do to be a better football player.
I don't know if I'm overthinking this, but one concern I have is just when I watch a lot of his tape at Alabama, he's more of that stand-up outside linebacker type of rusher, and you rarely see him with his hand in the dirt and being more of like a prototypical defensive end, which is what the Bears need in their defense. So I do have a concern about overall fit, but it's still hard to like argue his talent, and I feel like you can find room for anyone of his caliber on your defense. But that, and then on top of that, I think the dip in production in 2022, just having 50 fewer tackles, 14 fewer tackles for loss, and 7.5 fewer sacks than he did a year ago. If teams are starting to figure him out a little bit in college, I'm just curious to see how big of an impact he can have as a rookie.
Yeah, he's going to garner a lot of attention at the NFL level, especially if he is the guy, which he would be on the Bears. But there was that dip in production, and you just want to see how he can counter some of those things that NFL teams, college teams did to him, and kind of, again, mitigate a little bit what he was able to do a season prior, but still a really good prospect that has a lot of tools to work with and will work with at the next level.
All right, let's make the case for Will Anderson Jr. Why would it make sense?
Well, the Bears don't have any edge rushers here, Will, so they need to add somebody, and adding a guy like Will Anderson definitely changes that dynamic of what the defensive line can do, what Alan Williams can call, what Matt Eberflus, can envision for a guy like him. But it's a premium position of need. The Bears need guys that can get to the quarterback. Will Anderson has showed he is capable of doing that, so it's a perfect fit for what the Bears need right now.
I just like the Von Miller, the Myles Garrett comparisons. There's a real chance that Will Anderson becomes elite here, an all-pro at the next level. And, of course, the Bears need defenders, all-pro guys at that. But that's going to do it for this Making the Case video. Again, subscribe to our channel. That way you don't miss any of our content all off season long. But we'll be back with another one here soon.